Babyliciouses! Welcome to Babes in the Conclave, a Traitors podcast where a couple of queers talk crushes, gay drama, and strategy. Today, we are covering the Traitors Quebec Season 3, Episodes 5 and 6. Je m'appelle Annabel, je suis fidèle. And joining me is mon amour, ChiliPhilly.
Bonjour. How are you, Annabel?
Oh, I'm just so excited to be reunited and talking Quebec.
Yeah. Do you know what? Every time, and also sometimes watching, like, doing multiple they sort of pair off really well. But I love Quebec. I'm a bit sad we did finish the other one.
We will eventually release the finale tapes.
Yep. We'll do the Manuel edit.
The Manuel, I miss Manuel. You know what? That's my beef with this season so far. Jumping ahead a little bit. Thoughts. In seasons 1 and 2, within the first few episodes, there were contestants I was hardcore obsessed with.
Yep.
Like, contestants I will never forget. Miriam, Etienne from season 1. Who could forget Maxence? Incredible. Then we have, like, the incredible Manuel. We've got the incredible Audrey. Like, I don't know that any of these people are hitting the same way for me.
No, and I was thinking this as well, even when, for example, spoiler for the very beginning of the episode, but, you know, our prediction from last time didn't pan out. And I was like, oh, okay, so we get some extra time with Sexy Steve. But then it's like, in a different way to how we felt about Manuel all season last time, where we're like, we still love Manuel. I don't care about Steve.
No, all Sexy Steve does is kind of smolder and give nothing.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, Manuel was deeply insane every single week, and it just made us fall deeper and deeper in love with him.
Yeah, exactly. And so I don't think we have... There's a lot of drama, but not enough... There's not enough eccentric people, maybe. Maybe that's the thing.
The people... I think they're too normal.
Yeah,
Dare I say it?
Normal.
I know. Maybe we've run out of crazies in Quebec. Surely not. I mean, I have been told reliably that Quebec has the highest concentration of nut jobs in the world. Where are they?
Yeah, they're getting put on Survivor and Big Brother, that's where.
Yeah, well, we deserve a little bit.
Yeah.
Anyway, all right, sorry, back to original programming. Spoiler warnings. So spoiler warnings for Quebec, we've already given some, but I don't think we'll be aggressively spoiling anything else. Definitely spoiling the Traitors Canada, but when I say spoilers, it's like light references. We're not talking about who won and lost, really.
Yeah, and usually now we've gotten really good at, if we're going to spoil something specific about another show, we'll usually say, spoiler warning about the blah, blah, blah. Well, that's how I say it.
Yes. Okay, new Traitors Universe news. Last time we caught up, we had the Celebrity Traitors UK reveal. The big reveal I think that we've had recently is Heterosexual Curtis's latest spicy. He wasn't topless, he was just wearing a singlet.
Yes.
And that has caused a mini earthquake around the world, Phil.
Oh, wait, what happened? I swear I saw a full shirtless photo.
Was it full shirtless?
I think it was full...
Yeah. He's been working out. It's bulging, I would say. Oh no, the story's now unavailable. All right, Heterosexual Curtis will reach out and we'll make it the thumbnail of the YouTube upload.
Oh my God, yes.
All right, but anyway, Heterosexual Curtis, everybody, is looking enormous.
Yeah, he's looking great. But wait, was he my, like, hot person of that season at the beginning?
He was there for, like, literally one
episode.
episode.
Yeah, no, but I mean at the beginning.
I think so, probably.
So. Anyway, well, good on him.
Stunning. All right, episodes 5 and 6, Traitors Quebec.
My favourite thing was that I thought you were going to talk about the New Zealand cast dropping, and you decided to talk about Heterosexual Curtis instead being hot.
New Zealand cast drop. Don't know any of them. I'm sure I'll love them. Heterosexual Curtis is semi-nude. Yes.
Okay, sorry, continue. But some of the episode.
All right. So episodes 5 and 6. Overall thoughts. First of all, the faithful. What is going on? I think, we did credit them getting 2 traitors primarily to the traitors. Like, Secret Agent Dominique did a lot of heavy lifting in terms of getting herself and Priest Francois banished. But, really, they were just not good, these 2 episodes. And Hillary, what happened to Hillary? Hillary is high on the audacity. Could it be the bacon, Phil?
No, well, you did refer to it as Delulu before this point, and the whole time I was like, Delulu Queen. And then did you see she put on her Delulu sunnies at one point when she was in the car? I think the bacon had possessed her sunnies when she put them on her head, and she just went off. Don't know what happened there. That was a bit unhinged. But I did and also everybody, I will also love to note that I watched these episodes 1.5 speed. So if you thought that them normally was intense, well, guess what? When they're speaking faster.
Yeah, it was a lot. She was just a lot. And I was like, bacon causes insanity. We know this. It causes a lot of confused thinking and not understanding who the traitors are. But this kind of audacity and entitlement, I'm like, is it the orange juice, for instance? I think we need to go back and look at the foodstuffs again.
Yeah, we'll have to see if they make any statements. Well, they don't really make any statements, but the first things they grab, yes, definitely. We need to, did we ever ask China or anybody about the bacon?
I'm sure the bacon, I think we spoke about the bacon when we spoke to China, Jericho.
Gotcha. Oh, yes, I think we did. So, yes.
Yeah. Anyway, so if you remember, we're heading into breakfast and P.S. Pierre something or other.
Peter Stevo.
Now renamed Peter Stevo. Peter Stevo, thrilled to be a traitor now. And they all know that there was an ultimatum last night. And if someone was that, and they'll know it's definitely an ultimatum if someone is murdered. And I'm like, clearly you've not seen the Traitors Hungry. And people are starting to feel like Hillary would probably be the perfect person to recruit. Like, she is insisting that she is cleared as a faithful because she was tangentially involved in banishing Dominique, but not the main driver. And everyone just seems to be going along with it. Our predictions could not have been more wrong.
Yeah.
We predicted Sexy Steve was being murdered. It was Axel. We predicted that circus freak Jacob wouldn't make it through the week. He did. And I believe I said Olivier is endgame. He is the Noel of the season. Spoiler alert, he's out this episode.
Oh, I was surprised. I was like, oh, we are just going to do this, aren't we?
Yeah. I want to talk about the Axel murder here. I thought that this was a terrible decision.
Well, yeah, neither of us said that was what was going to happen.
No.
I think, because now, especially seeing how, because obviously now we are watching 2 weekly episodes back to back. What Steve does at the round table and what Steve does in general is less chaotic and maybe just more annoying than what Axel could have ever have done as a chaotic faithful with his secret 8 list of people and half the cast is a suspect. I think that was definitely a worse decision.
Yeah, Sexy Steve is relatively... So, in my thinking, they keep murdering loud, confrontational, heat-seeking missiles. There is no Axel. Next, we're going to murder Hillary. These are people who were shoo-ins to get banished. And instead, they're leaving in other quiet, under the radar people. People like Camille Rose and Bol Justin, who are, I would say, gamers.
Yeah.
That's who Genevieve is looking to take to the end. And so I guess my regular thinking, and I think where I'm leaning towards is, you're banishing everybody who's more suspicious than you.
Yeah.
On the other hand, to play devil's advocate with myself, is it for someone like Genevieve, and to a less extent, Peter Stevo, if you're a more quiet person, do you need to leave in other quiet people so that you don't stand out as much?
Well, I guess at this point, they've eliminated so many of the vocal people that they kind of have to commit to the idea that another quiet... Because obviously, okay, let's use Bold Justin, who I hope that you can differentiate from Peter Stevo.
Yeah, I can. Yeah.
And the whole time I was like, I wonder if Annabel can definitely differentiate them. He made so many blunders in the second episode that, despite being perceived as a quiet person, can still make mistakes that can implicate them more so than the traitors themselves. Even the fact that all of a sudden, especially in a few of the confessionals, Peter Stevo's considered a loud person now, even though he's like barely become louder. So
we barely see Peter Stevo. He's barely in the show.
Yeah, so the curve of like loud and wrong is now like sliding in a different direction, where now they can sort of be like, well, now the Camille Roses and Justins of the quiet people are the... So I think if they navigate that, they could be fine. But it's a very unorthodox strategy. We haven't quite seen eliminate all the loud people.
Yeah, and I also think it's like the loud people, another extenuating circumstance here is that Nada and Hillary are demanding that Genevieve become louder.
Yeah.
Like, they're not just happy to be loud and accept not everyone's going to be as loud as me. They're saying it's unfair that I keep drawing so much attention to myself because I'm a compulsive contributor. You have to get in there and be, just as obnoxious too.
Yeah.
And I do think that Hillary's confrontation with Genevieve at the end of this episode 5, was a murderable offense, frankly.
Yeah.
So I'm willing to look at it from both sides.
Yeah. Yeah, like, I think, because I feel like maybe in the more recent Canada, something like this similar happened where they kept eliminating something. We've had a similarish discussion about the eliminating or maybe it was UK with China, I can't remember, but we've gone through a bit of a process of this where I think maybe they're taking more risks in it and not keeping in all those chaotic people. So I can see how they're probably not too afraid of taking that risk at this point.
Yeah, I just wonder if it's at the risk of keeping more intelligent people.
Well, there's a big difference between quiet people and not smart people.
Yeah, exactly.
Like not to jump to the last round table, but I'm sure Rob is lovely, but like, what are you doing?
Exactly, yeah. But I don't think Axel was super cluey. They're saying Axel, he's so influential.
No, but this is what I mean.
Hillary, she's so influential, and it's like, yeah, but influencing to make incorrect decisions.
But that's what I mean. It's like Axel said he had eight people. He said over half the cast that was left were potential traitors. Like, okay.
Yeah. So, all right. Peter Stevo. Let's talk about Peter Stevo for a sec. Here at breakfast, he does do a little cry. He does a little cry over the murder of Axel. There was actual moisture in his eyes. I was impressed. He's quite impressed with his performance. I'm quite impressed with his performance. Genevieve is worried that he's changed too much. He's much more vocal, which, again, we dispute. We still barely see him. What have you thought about Peter Stevo's shift from faithful to traitor?
Given that we didn't have much to go off previously, I think he's doing a great job. Yeah, it's sort of funny because I now in my mind it's like, was I confusing some of his things for Patrick at this point? Like, they were almost one has hair and one doesn't have hair. But that being said, in now what we have seen of him, I can see that he is probably a lot more capable than we could have assumed, I guess. Um, uh, but yeah, I think he is a little bit maybe too confident.
Yeah, I think so. Like Peter Stevo, I insist I've known who Peter Stevo is from the very beginning. Peter Stevo, we still don't see a lot of him. He occasionally has his name thrown out there and has from the beginning, but not. It's never in a way that's gained any momentum. People don't trust him. He's not one of the sort of super trusted faithful, but at the same time, he's also not, in people's kind of top 3, 4. Um, I, I think that he thinks, he's like, yeah, Genevieve and I were so on the same page. Like, she's so masterful for choosing me to be a traitor. And I don't know that he's all that.
No.
I still think Genevieve is the better traitor. But he's doing all right. Look, he can't be worse than Dominique and bloody priest Francois, can he?
Yeah, exactly. Like if again, like I said, if we have the curve, we're sliding it in a direction where like the complete outliers are getting all cut out, and so now from the sample that we have, he's perfectly fine.
Yeah. And I think as well, I mean, so she, after breakfast, Genevieve pulls him aside because she's a bit worried. She didn't really get a chance to talk to him after the recruitment last night. And she's like, look, he's just seen me banish back-to-back traitors. He's like, yeah, no, fantastic. She's a genius. She chose me. So on the same page. Do you feel like he should be more dubious of her?
No, because wasn't her thing that he perceives her as a little girl or like somebody very innocent and naive?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think they might be fine.
Yeah. They both, it seems to have gone off without a hitch.
Yeah.
The Axel murder, zero repercussions. No one cares. No one talks about it. Seemingly influences absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
But Hillary, she rallies everybody who had a shield yesterday, figuring that if they had a shield, they couldn't have been given the ultimatum, which I'm pretty sure is not true. I'm sure we have seen people who hold shields be given these ultimatums before.
Surely. Like I don't think the producers would like it's just a thing that could happen, and they'd probably love to be able to show it if it could.
Yeah, I mean, obviously they can't see who the traitor, but I'm pretty sure the way they do it then is they get the letter and then they say no.
Well, I guess in this
And
well in this
they are just,
well, I'm sure in this context, let's say Genevieve is like you, Corinne will be like, and then that's it because they have a shield, and then they walk away.
yeah,
that was
and
a
I think
face-to-face
everyone
one.
knew they had shields.
Yeah.
What I mean is to say, yes, it is highly unlikely it would have been one of them, but I don't think it's completely impossible.
No.
That said, I do think that if you're trying to narrow it down, it is reasonable to say, okay, Camille Rose, Psychic Medium Carol, Bold Justin, Genevieve, myself, we probably weren't recruits.
Yeah.
As Genevieve points out, that doesn't mean that we weren't already traitors.
Yeah.
And this bacon snorting goth over here now has the audacity to throw Elaine under the bus for basically nothing.
What? Oh God, this reminds me of like. Well, this has probably come up so many times. It's like as soon as somebody asks what the rules are, why did you ask me what the rules are? Oh, do you know what this reminds me of? Sorry, everybody. Spoilers for New Zealand too. It reminds me of when Ciali and Kat have that conversation before he gets recruited,
Yes.
and it becomes a storyline for the whole end of the season.
Yes. Yes. And it's just like, sometimes these boomers be forgetting, okay?
Yeah, they're just asking, they're earnestly just asking, or just saying, like, you know, if you were recruited, like, I would be on your side. How?
Yeah. I mean, like, I felt so bad for Elaine. And the traitors jump on this. Like, Genevieve is there for that. Her and Peter Stevo run off, robbing, pushing it everywhere. And hilariously, this is what fucking cracked me up. So if we remember, Elaine, who's a former private investigator, lied about her job. And the job she chose to have instead was a lawyer. Usually it's the lawyer's lying. No, she's lying about being a lawyer. Genevieve has taken this and run with it. Genevieve has now twisted this into Elaine was one of the top lawyers in Quebec. And obviously, like, everyone hates lawyers. And I say that as someone who, like, 90% of my friends are lawyers. And I hate them, okay? Be less. Everyone's just like, yeah, and she's a lawyer. Hate that.
Yep.
Traitor,
Yep.
traitorous.
Yeah. Because isn't there another lawyer there as well? Did I make that up?
Oh, there's always a bloody lawyer.
I feel like Nada or somebody's a lawyer as well. It's like,
Yeah, no, Nada the drama's
yeah.
a lawyer. Yeah, she's an actual lawyer. And you can tell that everything about her says lawyer.
Yeah.
And then, but lest we forget about poor sweet Olivia. Olivia, psychic medium Carol is like, don't worry, Olivia. I'm going to give you a break today. I'm not looking at you. I want to start looking at who's been recruited. But don't worry, because fake news Caroline is there as well. And she's like, well, Olivia, I'm not getting off your neck. I only have eyes for you, even if no one else will go along with it.
Oh my god, the narrative arc that Caroline goes on in these 2 episodes is wild.
Yeah, iconic. So on the way to the mission, Bold Justin and Nada are like, yeah, what's with Hillary? She'd be such a good recruit. Also, why is she being so weird about Elaine? And we have the church riddle mission where you, like, answer riddles, and if you get it right, you get to put a portrait of another contestant in the protection zone. The last 3 in the protection zone get a shield. And Karine, dressed as Cunty Pope.
Yeah.
Is it just me, or, like, were the riddles incredibly confusing translated, or am I just dumb?
No, I think they made sense. I thought they were almost the same riddles, to be honest, as the English one. Maybe that's why. Maybe that's why I could remember some of them. I remember there was, like, maybe a queen one, a water, air one, stuff like that. The five thing.
Yeah. Another, like, little side thing that I've been loving over these 2 episodes was these contestants who've clearly, watched enough seasons to realize that there's a traitor's guardian angel strategy. Clearly not enough seasons to realize that it's not groundbreaking to try and actively seek one out. But the most iconic thing, all of them being so radically wrong.
Yeah.
Robert is like, Nada, my traitor guardian angel. I think it's fake news Caroline is like, yeah, it's Jacob or someone.
Yeah.
And they all have one. All of them have one. It's radically wrong and iconic.
Yeah. And I feel like this is going to play into what our predictions.
Yeah. So, I mean, it was really also in this mission so annoying. Like, they all seemed to decide on an answer together and then sort of mutually agree on who was going to go up and put a portrait up.
Yes.
And then what was with that? And then B, they never put a portrait of themselves up. Is that against the rules? I can't.
No. I'm pretty sure they could. Yeah, I noticed that as well because I in my mind, I was like, I'm sure there's going to be a shot of Justin and Peter Stevo standing next to each other as a height comparison. And when they all kept sitting down, because I remember there were so many shots of last season where, like, Hollywood would just leap up and be like, oh, it was me.
Yeah.
And all stuff like that. And they didn't do that. They're very interesting to see them work the same challenges slightly different.
Yes. And be less fun about it.
Yeah, they're not... Yeah, this might go to our point about them being maybe too normal.
Yeah, stop being normal and polite. Like, honestly, Bald Justin, I hope this gave you the ick, Phil. Bald Justin going on his little honor and integrity rant in episode 6. I'm like, who are you people?
Yeah.
Bald Justin, I put you on my crush pyramid last time because I thought that you were showing a little bit of finesse.
Yeah, don't know where that came. No, I think he ate the same bacon Hillary. Like, they had, like, personality swap bacon or something. Like,
The Audacity Aubergine.
yeah. Oh my god. Yes. Oh my gosh. Yes, that needs to be the new phrase for when anybody has a personality swap from like a previous episode. Like they did full 180s. They went from being sneaky
Yeah.
or more level-headed to straight up like completely different.
Like, what in the Audacity? I can't. And then, anyway, there was some sort of drama because obviously Hillary is entitled to a shield. This isn't new. Like, she was on the Audacity Aubergine for quite a few weeks now. Anyone who's not giving her a shield, so she's permanently shielded, is a traitor.
Yeah.
And so when Fake News Caroline takes down her portrait to replace it with Patrick, and my God, do these people hate Patrick for literally no reason.
Yeah.
Wow. She's like, I am undeniably faithful. I can't believe you did that, Fake News Caroline.
Oh, she's like, you know, guys, when we got rid of secret agent Dominique, and I barely helped, that was meant to be payment for 5 shields that were meant to be distributed because clearly I'm going to get murdered. Ironically, that's kind of what happened, but like, not for the reasons that she thought.
No. And, like, I was so hopeful she might get banished here. Like, Nada is in the baddies car. Nada, Robert, and Javier. Great combination. They're like, yeah, what is with Hillary? Why is she so deserving of this shield all the time?
Yeah.
Why is she always popping off? And then in another car, Olivier's like, oh, by the way, Elaine, like, people are gossiping about you, not really ever having any names. And then he microaggresses Nada by calling her aggressive. And this is going to come up again. Like, and I'm like, Nada is assertive. I'll give her that. How come the aggressive one when you've got Hillary who literally confronts Fake News Caroline and then starts screaming at Olivia?
Yeah, literally. Oh, every shot of Nada being more assertive looks like no different from Sexy Steve just telling people.
No!
Like, it's no different. But Hillary literally is like...
Yeah, no. Like, Hillary's ready to fight.
Yeah.
Sexy Steve is dictating who can talk and when, but Nada is the aggressive.
Yeah.
I mean, she is the drama. She's the drama. She loves drama. But anyway, whatever. So post-mission, Hillary's on one. She's Fake News Caroline confrontation. But another crime, another major crime was Olivier putting up Genevieve's portrait instead of Hillary's, despite the fact that Hillary has been causing shit for him for weeks. And he's exhausted. He's in tears. She's like, well, too bad if you aren't here after tonight's roundtable, Olivier, because you just lost your last ally.
Oh my goodness. That actually was my last straw with Hillary. I was like, not that she was on my crush pyramid or anything, but I thought she was like somewhat switched on. And I was like, why are you doing that? Because, okay, how often has it been that, and you don't have to answer this because it's all the time, but it's like, how often is it that basically somebody is so fully ostracized by everybody that they can't engage with anything, blah, blah. How often are they a traitor? Never. Because guess what? If they were a traitor, they'd be fighting for it. Like,
they'd also have another friend.
Yeah, like
another traitor.
Like, if you're all ostracizing one person and they can't do anything, well, guess what? They're faithful because they have no power, can't do anything. Like, like that really frustrated me. And you would have thought like an emo would have been a little bit more sympathetic, but clearly she was a cool emo.
Yeah. Yeah, whatever. And like all of this whole episode, I'm like, okay, this could go somewhere interesting. Like people are still talking about Hillary. People have been talking about Ellen. Elaine like confronts Hillary. She's like, what's the tea? You're pushing my name. And Hillary's like, oh no, actually I hate Olivia now. We're all back to Olivia. And she's running around being like, Olivia sucks. Everyone remember Olivia. Olivia is sobbing. No one is talking to him. Why are we back at looking at this dude again? And he's like literally sobbing, hyperventilating. He's begging people. He's like, I know I'm going home tonight, but after that, can you please stop doing this to other people? Can you make sure that you like don't do this again? What the hell?
Yeah, these people. Okay, maybe these people aren't crazy like we sort of expect. Maybe they're just sociopathic.
Mean.
Like,
Yeah.
Like, maybe they just don't care. They're very odd.
There's a couple that like I am starting to develop some love for people by episode 6. There's still no one I'm obsessed with.
No.
But the Olivia of it all was icky.
Yeah.
It wasn't cute. It was not hot.
No, it was giving spoilers for all English-speaking ones. For UK, New Zealand, giving Kaz, giving Noel, giving like all these people just like singularly isolated for no reason. They can't do anything.
Yeah. So spoiler alert: the roundtable reenactment is not this one. But Karine, I thought that I called this outfit Alien Dominatrix.
Yeah, okay, sorry. For a second, I was like, I feel like she wore the same outfit last week. But no, she wore, like, blue, but it was the credit card look, wasn't it?
Yeah, this one's blue leather corset dress with lots of metal eyelets and a leather strap.
Yes.
Like, she was, like, whipping this kind of leather strap on her hand.
Yes.
Like she was going to spank someone.
Yeah, and see, this is how we know these are different outfits than the other ones, or else we would remember these from last year.
So it opens with Olivia begging people to, he's like, look, I'm not saying don't vote for me, but can we just be kind to each other with no yelling tonight? Tries calling out Nada, who is just completely dismissive. She's like, yeah, okay, Olivia, whatever. I don't even care that you're talking. And there's like some other names, like Peter Stever is like, Jacob, why did you vote for me? Robert, no, you never talk. Sexy Steve brings up the Elaine chat, but it just seems like very general consensus that it's going to be Olivier, despite all the other names and stuff that came up today.
Yeah, it was. Maybe this was one of the cases of them just having to get it over and done with. It was just too much of a big thing.
I mean, Hillary does shout at Elaine a little bit, so there's that, but it's just. Oh, yeah. Anyway, look, this was not an Hillary fan episode.
No.
Votes come in. It's completely unanimous on Olivia, who himself votes for Nada. And he was crying so much, I think it was giving me during the Guyton banishment.
Yeah, he was distraught.
He even gets a little heart sign from Karine, and she never usually gives that
Yeah, she
much
broke
affection.
character for that. That was not what a vampire dominatrix does.
No.
Oh, and even he dressed up for his banishment as well. He wore like a nice, he had the glasses. Yeah, he was ready for it.
We loved you, Olivia. We thought you were hot. We called you the suspicious twink of the season. Suspicious twunk. I also love fake news. So this is fake news Caroline. Fake news Caroline has, again, been the ringleader of the Olivia hate club. She says, if you're a faithful, I will split in half. And she doesn't split in half. Instead, she just becomes kind of subsumed with guilt over the next 24 hours, while still pointing in all the wrong directions.
Yeah. Oh, she went into full self-preservation mode with your life preservers being spaghetti.
Yeah. Yeah. So, post roundtable, Camille Rose is pissed, but the two geniuses of the season, the big brain thinkers, Fake News Carolyn and Hillary, get together to debrief. They're like, we're so smart, we're always on the money, we're major threats to the traitors, but we're still here, which means we must be protected by a best friend in the turret. Audience, nobody in the turret likes either of them. Hillary's like, mine must be Nada. And Carolyn's like, yes. And mine is Jacob. And I'm like, Jesus, this is the meme. This is two dumb bitches telling each other exactly.
Yeah. It's like, I think everyone needs to accept not everybody is saving you. You just might not be liked enough for anyone to care.
Hot tip, because this is going to be true for 80% of people. If you're like, why am I in the game when I'm so smart? It must be my best friend. Consider, could it also be because I'm so dumb? Like, it's one or the other, sweets. It's one or the other.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, this is the sort of self-reflection that, like, it's like, okay, they're saving me. It must be a friend, and not because I'm accusing the wrong people, that because I'm starting fights with people unnecessarily, that I'm clouding everybody else's judgment. Like, it's none of those things. That's not why we're being saved. It's because my friend is looking out for me.
I suppose like Tranna was a unique case in that not many people who are loud and wrong are also the kind of people who have the self-awareness to be like, yeah, I'm coming across as a bit of a moron.
Yeah. And obviously we also have versions of people who are actually quite smart and they just keep getting saved, like Hollywood, where it's like, why are you, like, how did you get that, you know?
Yeah. Well, there's so many shields.
Yeah.
If you remember.
True. Oh, yeah,
really
good run.
The shields well. Yeah. So Nada and Hillary are sitting down with Genevieve, and Nada and Hillary are like, oh, I'm so angry that other people aren't speaking up and taking as much attention than us, and you should be speaking up more, Genevieve. And Genevieve is like, you know, how am I supposed to fit a word in when you're sucking all the oxygen out of the room? In her brain. Yeah. Out loud, she's like, well, you know, like, I'm really self-conscious. You're a lawyer and you speak so eloquently, you know, I'm just nervous, blah, blah, blah. And then Hillary gets super in her face and is like, give us a name. You never give us a name, Genevieve. Right now, look at me, give us a name. And Genevieve's like, I don't really have one. She's like, do you not even have a strategy? What's your strategy then, Genevieve? How are you playing this game? Huh? And, dude, this pisses Genevieve off so much. She doesn't act, like, in the moment, she has this permanent face that's like,
yeah,
I can't make my eyebrows do it, but yeah. For audio listeners, she does her eyebrows. I mean, if you've seen it, she's got her face in this permanent ooh-woo, concerned, sad look. But in the confessional, she's like, who the fuck does this bitch think she is? Like, girl, I'm gonna kill you tonight. I don't even care if everyone wants you out. Like, I'm willing to waste a murder. I don't want another breakfast with you and your audacity aubergine.
Which fair? Like, what the hell?
I know.
Yes.
Like, I love Nada strikes the perfect balance. Nada being like, oh my God, like, it's so toxic that everyone isn't getting as much, you know, attention as me and as up for murder as me because I keep sucking all the air out of the room. And it's like, yeah, girl. Anyway, that's giving me, I get it, relatable queen, boss diva. Hillary, girl, where do you get off?
Yeah, what did you want her to, like, what was the goal? Let's say she did have names, then you're going to, like, she has now seen that you will completely extrapolate whatever the hell you want from people's conversations. Yeah. You have not actually proven to her whether or not she's a faithful or a traitor that you are a reliable person to be sharing this information with. Not only that, you are entitled to all of the safety, supposedly. Like, you're the last person she should be telling anything to. Like, what the hell?
Yeah. Crazy. Anyway, up in the conclave, immediately Genevieve is like, let's murder Hillary. But also, so she brings up Justin and Camille Rose. She's like, these two, no one suspects them. They're super clear. But apparently her and Peter Stevo have exactly the same friends, because she's like, yeah, I mean, we could go to the end with my two besties, right? Like, that might be the smartest players here until episode 6. But they totally trust us. Totally trust us. I mean, we could murder them, but that's our end game, right? My two best friends.
Yeah.
For some reason, Peter Stevo is just like, yeah, totally.
Yeah, I love your friends.
I love your friends. And the next day, everyone at breakfast is talking about Hillary. Fake news Caroline, shame spiraling, but she's turning her vicious gaze of the eye of Sauron on Robert now. And even though everyone's looking at Hillary, they are going to find out Hillary is murdered. What was your immediate reaction to finding out Hillary was murdered?
There was a small part of me that was a bit surprised. That being said, I was so annoyed at her throughout all of the previous episode. I was like, good. Like, you were so rude to Olivier for no reason. For some reason, you seem to be the only person who's allowed to have a shield. Like, your social game was dreadful. Every piece of information that was given to you, you blurted it out to somebody else and then acted like the victim of their reaction. You were actually not as good of a player as you thought you were. Like, you didn't just actually deserve to still be there based off This is like the same thing with Dominique. When we broke down Dominique's actual game, it's like, oh, actually, she was awful.
She was bad at this game.
Hillary had almost nothing to her name. She likes to claim all these things. Guess what? You were not the traitor hunter you thought you were. So to be honest, I was fine with it.
Yeah. And sorry if you're listening, Hillary.
Yeah,
but
sorry.
Really.
No, Hillary, I'm sure you're nice, but like you had too much audacity aubergine and too much bacon. Like, you must have been tired or something.
True. It's a fatal combination.
Yeah.
It's a fatal combination. And I have to say, I was like, a little bit like, yeah, just murder her, Genevieve. But then I was like, oh no. She could have got banished this episode, but because she was murdered, she's going to think that it was because she was so right and such a genius and onto the traitors. And she's like, I was murdered for being a threat.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
yeah. Oh, did you watch the reveal?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Yeah.
She didn't learn.
I'm like, no, it's like you are viewed as a threat, but it's actually mostly just because you're always demanding a shield and you really pissed off Genevieve.
Yeah,
like,
you were a threat to specifically her because you confronted her in a way she did not like.
Yeah.
Not because you were a threat to her game.
No.
You made a threat
You were
to
a
her.
physical threat.
You made an actual threat to her.
Yeah. I didn't know.
You were
You made her deeply uncomfortable in a personal way.
You actually fully got in her face.
Yeah. Do you even have a game, Genevieve, you piece of shit?
She was like,
What?
Whoa. It's killing me.
So we missed last night, but last night with Elaine. Elaine was like, again, sobbing Olivia style into her glass of whiskey. And she's crying again at breakfast, this time because sexy Steve is like, Elaine, I just want you to know, I don't think you're a traitor anymore. And she's like, thank you. Thanks, sexy Steve. I love Elaine's hair. Incredible. Elaine's every look. I know. It's sort of the Johnny Bravo look, like 80s Johnny Bravo.
Oh, I was obsessed with it. The I think it must have been this episode with the round table. It was so forward and just like straight. I was like, hello.
Yeah. So, I mean, look, names at breakfast this morning. Fake News Caroline looking at Robert, but Fake News Caroline also looking at Elaine. These names are going to keep circulating throughout the day. But post-breakfast, Robert kind of self-destructively is like, now, I know we all trust the quiet ones, but I'm a quiet one. And a quiet one, definitely a traitor. It's definitely one of us. And it's like, yes, Robert. And Nada is like, yes, Robert, you and Genevieve actually need to fucking say something. And Genevieve is like, yeah, okay, T, it could be one of us quiet ones. But what about psychic medium Carol? And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, people are looking at my queen, psychic medium Carol.
Yeah.
Was it just Attack on the Boomers this episode? Like, Robert, Elaine, psychic medium Carol. Oh, is this a young people's only zone now?
Yeah, I don't know. Well, do you know what? Maybe what was the initiator of that was in the previous episode that we covered, they had the weird shield thing as well. And it was the three friends and her. So I think it was easy to implement. And she was the one that was against their plan. So I think it's easy to double down on the implication that she's not going along with what people want to do for some weird reason. So Carol, unfortunately...
But she was sane.
Yeah,
she was the one making
fine.
the right decision there.
Oh, until this episode. But like, yes, she was...
Yeah.
She had a bit of a bacon episode.
Yeah. She has the bacon this episode. But I remember back then, passionately fighting that Carol
she was right. Yeah, because they wanted to shield strategy it. And then this was... See, we should have identified... This was Justin, when Justin was pulling the honor and integrity thing before he started saying that's what he was doing. So, yeah, we should have known.
Yeah. Absolutely wild. Anyway, Camille Rose. Camille Rose has a cunning plan that she's going to share with Bold Justin. They are going to suddenly... out of nowhere, become Carol's best friends, so she won't murder them. And then they're going to go to the final three. It's going to be the two of them plus Carol, and that's where they will banish her. And I just can't believe no one's ever thought of this. I mean, she says it's audacious, it's Machiavellian, but could we do it? And I thought, wow, why has this idea never come up before?
Do you know what? Like, I think this is the first real season of the Traitors. I think that the gameplay's really leveled up with this season. They're really thinking out of the box, and they really are. I think the fact that this is like the third or fourth iteration of this in this like block of episodes.
Jesus, you can't just trade it. And I loved watching the after show. I watched the after show, and Carol's like, yeah, it was super weird how they just like latched onto me and followed me around everywhere. And I'm like, what do you have to have a genuine relationship with the person you're trader guardianing angeling by. Like, you can't just randomly wake up one day and be like, everyone's suspicious of Carol, so let's... And then again, like, you're going to vote her out. Anyway, there's no point pointing out the 10 different reasons why this was absolutely ludicrous. But at this point, I was like, I've been giving Camille Rose, or Sister of Audrey, Camille Rose, and Bold Justin a lot of credit for being gamers. No, they've touched the bacon.
Yeah, they fully touched the bacon. Also, weird side note, but I know you keep referring to Camille Rose as sister, cousin of Audrey, but... I think in the first episode, whatever episode she first started talking, I was like, she really sounds like Audrey. I was like, oh wow, she really just sounds like her. Yeah, no, I think we need to take those cards and throw them in the bin.
Nice.
Sorry, you guys, crazy. Maybe they're the crazies that we were looking for. I hope they level it up at least.
Someone level up on the crazy. More crazy.
Hillary, actually. All right, you know what? I miss Hillary.
No. Yeah,
where was she getting up in everyone's faces?
Literally. So, Corinne interrupts the post-breakfast chat in one of my fave former repeat outfits, the yellow anime girly.
Yeah.
And they've got to pick 4 people they trust. They pick Carol because they don't trust her. Patrick, Fake News Caroline, and Bold Justin. And going into the mission, there's growing suspicion on Carol and Robert for various dodgy confirmation bias reasons. But this was a great episode for Corinne Logs, because at the mission, she's in her pink dolly look. Mm-hmm. We've got the creepy dolls, find the right creepy doll. And I loved this little bit. Doll in French is poupée.
Yeah. Poupée.
Poupée. And apparently Peter Stevo has a deep fear of poop.
It's funny because even sped up, I could tell they were speaking French. Like the,
Poop. Poop.
blonde,
So-
blonde.
Even, like, again, find the maps, find the photos. We've seen this before. And then everyone outside, they're finding the dolls. They describe them to the 4 people inside. This was a repeat from, all of them were repeats.
Yep.
So then the 4 people they've chosen as the most trusted go to Kareen and they have a choice. Submit the doll that they chose. This is before they find out if it's the right doll or not. Or take a shield for themselves and definitely be submitting the wrong doll. Mm-hmm. But if all 4 of them submit the right doll, there is no murder tonight. I believe when we looked at this the first time, I was like, no, you should really try and get everybody shielded. But I do think that here, it's like, on reflection, there's no chance every doll is going to be correct.
No.
Even if everyone played Justin's little honor and integrity game.
Yeah, it's sort of, because I think last time just Jericho got it. I have a feeling.
Yeah, just one person took a shield. I think just Snake Jericho.
Yeah.
And then I think Hollywood got it wrong.
Yeah. So I think, okay, so almost the exact, close to a similar scenario. Yeah, like I think, well, yeah, why not? Just take it at this point. What's the chances of you having that doll? It's like, what, 50%, and then you have a swap and it's like 100% shield.
If I was really confident I had the right doll, I think I would submit it, but demand the shield strategy.
Yes. Well, that was the problem, wasn't it?
So, yes. So, both Carol and Patrick are pretty sure. In fact, Patrick knows for sure he's got the wrong doll. He couldn't see properly in the dark. He grabs a random one and it doesn't match the description he was given at all. So both of them are pretty sure they've got a wrong doll, so they both chose to take a shield, while Fake News Caroline and Bold Justin submit the right dolls. It really did surprise me that Justin did that rather than take a shield. Again, how wrong we were. But then we get to this fatal conversation where the Shield team compare notes. Fake News Caroline and Justin.
No, psychic medium.
No. Fake News Caroline and Bold Justin
No.
reveal they submitted the correct doll. Patrick immediately confesses he took the shield. But psychic medium Carol she's like, needs to sit on it for a little bit. So she first of all confesses that she had the wrong doll. I submitted the wrong doll. But she hasn't decided in her head yet whether or not she wants to tell them that she took the shield or whether it was just that her doll was wrong. So while she's kind of stewing on it, Patrick is like, well, it doesn't matter because at least one of us got the shield, and if 2 were wrong, let's just tell everybody that you did take the shield, Carol. I mean, what they should have done is agreed, we tell everyone there was 2 shields, we don't say who, but that was next level. We've only just progressed to let's have a friend who's a traitor guardian angel and not an actual traitor. Okay? Full shield strategy protection. We're not quite, that's big brain stuff. Except they even fuck that up because Carol is like, well, actually, I don't want to tell anyone I might have taken a shield because that would be a lie. And it's like,
Where?
And it gets worse, Philly.
Yeah.
It gets so much fucking worse because we get back post-mission. Patrick being pretty sane. He's like, I got a shield. I won't tell you who got the other one. Oh, Nada and Robert. Now Elaine's gone. It was Carol. Not great, but at least he's protecting someone.
Yeah.
Now Carol is telling everyone she took a shield. Carol Caroline is telling everyone she doesn't have a shield. She frankly deserves to get murdered tonight, and I hope she does. And fucking bold fucking Justin immediately breaks, saying he can't possibly lie to Javier and sexy Steve, who are probably the only two people in the house he doesn't have a secret alliance with. He says, Carol is lying about having the shield. She doesn't really have one. Patrick made it up and encouraged her to make it up so that extra people would be safe. And sexy Steve is like, this is sabotage. The doll hunters are sabotage. He was possessed by Fiercelicious.
Yes. Sexy Fiercelicious.
Sexy, fierce
Steve.
And I, honestly, I do not know how anyone would think this makes Patrick suspicious. He just actually understands the game. He's a super fan.
Watched the show.
He's trying to maximize the number of people protected by the shield. And all this is extra hilarious because bald Justin thinks that he's just undermined his imaginary traitor guardian angel Carol. These faithful are shit.
Yeah. Because it's ironic that it's half of the same group as last time, and almost the exact same scenario of should we shield strategy this or should we not happens. But instead of Carol sticking firm on yes, we should fully shield strategy it now that it's been presented again, no, she decides that she ate too much bacon and decided that that original plan that she thought was fine in a different scenario is completely not applicable to her this time because she is fighting with the concept of taking it for her, like...
I get, like, if I'm being generous for a second...
Yeah.
Right? If everybody submits it correctly, the traitors don't murder tonight.
Yeah.
Which does mean that if one of those four was a traitor... they would want to submit the wrong doll.
Yeah.
So I understand why you might be second looking at the people who submitted the wrong doll and think, interesting, why was that? Patrick suggesting that someone who picked the wrong doll did it for a shield does not make him suspicious.
No.
Anyway.
And the thing is, okay, let's say Caroline, and Patrick all kept the same story. We got two shields amongst us. All three of us have decided that we're not going to tell anybody because we don't want to let a traitor know. And Justin, by himself, decides to tell everybody this weird version of, oh, I can't, blah, blah, blah. Guess what? Who's the most suspicious looking one now? The one person who's decided to break what is a clear laid out strategy. And I think Nada might say it at the round table. She's like, it's more the fact that you actually had a plan presented to you and you kind of just like flip-flopped on it 5 times during the afternoon. And at that base, I can't trust what you do.
Yeah, I agree. And again, you know, in their minds, they're like, no, we need all the evidence. We need to know who took the shields because that's how we're going to piece together who the traitor is tonight. Like, Bold Justin was like, well, can I tell you tomorrow so that we're all safe? I actually think it's more suspicious to turn around and be like, no, I have to know who has the shields.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's so much weirder. That's so much weirder. Anyway, Karina's in a black leather dress. I loved this one. We need to talk about this at the round table. Black leather long sleeve dress with an enormous black hemorrhoid pillow around her neck.
Yeah.
What did we prefer, boob pillow or hemorrhoid pillow?
We had seen boob pillow twice. So hemorrhoid pillow was like, well, it kind of also looked like a pair of lips. Like, because the front part was really like up high and then there was the bit behind.
Yeah.
So like hemorrhoid, lips, kiss the hemorrhoids. I don't know. She was on some sort of vibe there.
It would have to be for a really big ass, put it that way.
Yeah, kiss that, her ass kissing dress.
Yes.
Love that for her.
Obsessed. All right, let's get ready for a round table reenactment.
Warning.
Get ready for our vibes only round table reenactment. Psychic medium Carol opens. I want to make it clear. I did not submit a doll. I took a shield, and that's the truth. Nada, this was the perfect mission to be sabotaged by a traitor. It was sabotage. It wasn't sabotage. It was sabotage. Sabotage, I tell you. Bull Justin, I am personally so full of integrity that I would submit a doll I knew was wrong just to prove what a great guy I am. Patrick and I roll our eyes at exactly the same time. Patrick, yeah, mate, I don't think that's how it works. And, like, you can't tell me every single person at this table would happily submit the wrong doll rather than take a shield. Fake news, Caroline. Yeah, even I'm with Patrick on this one. Robert, I don't care about any of this, so moving on. Back in the mission before the recruitment, Justin, Carol, Genevieve, Camille Rose got shields. And it just seems like a pretty convenient alibi to have to claim you couldn't have been recruited as a result. Now, I'm not accusing anyone, because famously it's been 6 episodes and I've not put a name out there. But I'm just saying, Camille Rose, my God, you are so boring, Robert. Genevieve, we need to talk about Carol having literal and very real psychic powers, and yet she hasn't predicted who the traitors are. Shut up, bitch. I have just had a vision of your death, and it was neither quick nor painless. Sexy Steve, someone here is keeping a secret. Reveal your secret, Bull Justin. I'm just so full of honor and integrity. I can't keep this secret anymore. Carol, actually, you know what? I'm just going to stop you right there, Justin. Actually, I have decided it isn't your turn to talk yet, Carol. Shut up, you sexy idiot. Justin is going to tell you that I'm lying about having a shield. Well, actually, I was lying to him about not having a shield. So much better, Camille Rose. I actually think that it's incredibly evil that Patrick was going to lie to protect you when he thought you didn't have one. Liar. I would never lie or be sneaky or play this game in any shape or form. Carol then makes a last-ditch effort to remind everyone, remember, you actually hate Elaine and Robert as well. And Patrick blurts out of nowhere, I'm voting Elaine! The votes come in. Patrick votes Elaine. Fake News Caroline, Psychic Medium Carol, and Bald Justin vote for Robert. Everybody else votes for Carol. She calls them out for creating Oliver 2.0. End scene.
That is hilarious. Okay, I did want to say, maybe this is my Philly 50 seconds.
Philly 5. Let's go.
Philly 5. Carol, this is not Olivia 2.0. You made so many mistakes in the last 24 hours, or let's say 48 hours, including the other mission thing where you probably should have stood your ground a little bit more. Like, you did not... He was unnecessarily... Like, wasn't he talking to Elaine once and Hillary was like, yeah, it's him because he was talking to... Oh, no, to Dominique. It was like, yeah, he just looked a bit funny when he was talking to Dominique. It's him. Like, no, Carol, you actually did things. You're not breaking down, like... This has nothing, no. I didn't like I like her, but I didn't like that she made that comparison. I was like, nah.
Olivia was bullied for 5 full episodes.
Yeah.
For just being a twunk.
Yeah. He literally just spoke to, like, people and they were like,
And made a couple of verbal slips.
Yeah.
Which, whatever.
You lied. Carol.
Yeah, you did some insane stuff, Carol. Like, you were acting pretty crazy. And you know with this bunch, like, they will take... This is a bacon-loving bunch.
Yeah.
They are going to take it and run with it. The traitors are pretty smug about Carol. Like, Peter Stevo, he's like, it takes absolutely nothing to get the ball rolling for these guys. He's like, I thought I was going to have to manufacture some evidence against Carol, but apparently just taking a moment too long to decide whether or not she revealed having a shield was enough.
Yeah. That was pretty funny.
Obsessed. Nada and Sexy Steve take aside Genevieve to condescend to her over how proud they are of her for speaking tonight. You're so brave. Give me a hug, Genevieve. You're so strong and brave.
This is why her read on Peter Stevo might be correct.
Yeah. Yeah.
They really
like,
ooh baby her.
They're like, no, you don't understand how chauvinistic some of these people are. Meanwhile, fake news Caroline. No one huffs the bacon like this, babe. She tells Elaine to fuck off so that she can have a one-on-one with circus freak Jacob. Fucking love this. She's like, all right, so I obviously told everybody I don't have a shield, even though I could have very easily done the shield strategy and been completely safe tonight. But I know that circus freak Jacob and gay icon that has great outfits but we never hear from him, Javier, they're the traitors. So what I'm going to do is tell Jacob that him and Javier are in my top 4 most trusted people so that I'm safe tonight. And I'm like, good idea. Terrible execution. Like, you just... Unfortunately, Caroline, your reads have been consistently bad. Go tell the people you actually trust the most that you trust them the most. That's going to trade a guardian angel for you.
Yeah.
And up in the conclave tonight, Genevieve, she's like, well, on one hand, we've got Javier, too innocent. We've got Camille Rose. She is my best friend, a solid ally, and someone I've said I want to go to the end with, but no one suspects her and it would cause chaos. And Peter Stevo's like, well, what about fake news Caroline? She's clearly faithful. She's a good player. And that would cause chaos. They do have some talk about not totally trusting each other and having to get them before they get got. But shall we get into predictions?
Predictions.
Predictions. Prediction zone. So, who do we think? We were so wrong last week. We're at risk of needing the Canadian Wheel of Truth. Based on that conversation in the conclave, who do you think's getting murdered?
I think Javier... Okay, I'm in 2 minds. One, it could be Javier because we were presented in these episodes the evil plans of getting Guardian Angeled with the other 2. Those are... Canada doesn't really have false narratives. Like, they don't really produce things that don't fruit. Even like I think I said in the last podcast, like when we kept getting told, Canada spoilers, but Canada 3 spoilers, like Coco's gonna go for so long, it was to prove the point that she was doing really well by not going. The fact that we got presented these Guardian Angel strategies for 2 of these people, Javier might just go because he is just too innocent and they just need that sort of... He hasn't contributed much. He hasn't gotten a storyline, whatever. On the other hand, we still have this missing Jacob thread. We also have the vision of her telling Elaine to leave. We could have... maybe I'll just have to predict it every week. A Jacob banishment storyline coming from Caroline getting banished.
Yeah.
Murdered.
I think so. We get an IV from Genevieve at the very end of the episode that says this murder is going to sow so much chaos. And the only 2 people that they said would cause chaos were Camille Rose and Caroline. They didn't say that about Javier. No. And it's just too, I mean, who knows? Who knows what the Canadians will do? The Canadians are cracked. It is too early to murder your solid ally, Camille Rose. Keep her in for at least 2 more rounds, 1 more round.
Mm-hmm.
Fake news Caroline, perfect to get her here. And I just feel like I need to see somebody punished from the Dollhouse group for playing so badly.
Yeah.
With the exception of Patrick,
Yeah.
who, while not flawless, was the best of them and, like, at least tried and is now getting unfair heat. So kill Caroline. I'm worried that the next banished will be Patrick. It could equally be Robert or Elaine's time. Elaine, again, has been going around now for 2 episodes. But Jacob, we have an unfinished storyline with Jacob. The eliminated 2, so Hillary and Carol from this season in their elimination, they were both still sus on Jacob as well. Mm-hmm. That said, I'm going to bet my murder Caroline, and I think my banishment, I'm going to put my money on Elaine. Just based on past precedent, I think.
Yeah, maybe Jacob will be a longer term storyline then. But, like, we got a lot of Elaine and a lot of Rob. Oh, like, I would not be surprised if they just all decide to get rid of Robert in the same way as Olivia. Like, they're just like, you're not contributing anything. You're not giving names. You're bringing up theories from 5 days ago that you didn't present at the time.
What are you doing, Robert?
Are you actually not doing anything? Yeah. Oh, I loved when they were like, also, Robert, like, when Olivia was, or whoever was, Francois was going to go, you literally stood up in anticipation of his reveal. He's like, oh, because I was getting ready in case blah, blah, blah. And they're like, yeah, but what would you have done if he was faithful? He's like, oh, I would have just sat down.
I kind of love Robert. Robert's just a vibe. Robert's just a fun type.
I think he definitely was, he got cast on the show to be like the vibes. But everybody is so not for it that he's the only person who's like, I'm going to have fun with this. And everyone else is like, stop doing bits.
Why are you having fun?
Yeah.
This is where we're nasty to each other.
Yeah, this is when we yell at each other, not stand in anticipation.
Yeah.
Sit down.
All right, let's do a crush pyramid.
Mm-hmm.
Crush pyramid. Crush pyramid. Boom. All right, ChiliPhilly, tell me, who is on your crush pyramid?
Okay, it's actually kind of changed constantly in my mind as we've done this. And do you know what? This might just be like a purely who I'm finding attractive crush pyramid, because so far nobody's really piquing my interest in terms of their strategy. Okay, so I think. Okay, I might have to give maybe an honourable mention to Camille Rose. There's something about her these episodes, I think because she started getting sassier, that I was appreciating her a little bit more. I was like, oh, yes, you call people, boring.
Yeah, do it.
Just be, stop being mean. You bring up the Hillary's legacy. But on the bottom of my pyramid, I think I might have to put maybe Nada. I think that, what did I say? Oh, whatever I said earlier in the podcast, whatever I said. Whatever she said at the round table, I really appreciated. And she was in my original crush pyramid, so I think I have to bring her back. She deserves it. Okay, so this is going to be a funny one. So I actually might put Peter Stevo on my crush pyramid. Like
that is so rogue. What?
Yeah,
Peter Stevo?
Yeah. In the urn smashing mission, he just looked really tall and looked really buff. So I appreciated that. So good on him.
Peter Stevo's occasionally hilarious. Seeing Peter Stevo in a singlet, didn't need to see that. But Peter Stevo is fun. I could, maybe get on board with Peter Stevo.
Yeah, he seems like a perfectly fine person. But unfortunately, I think you maybe accidentally manifested this because the top person is still Bold Justin.
Bald man with glasses.
Yeah, and you've now made me actually combine the two into a singular entity of Bold Glasses Man. So, yeah, unfortunately...
In fairness... if Bald Justin was on your crush pyramid this week, I might have gone on strike.
It is. He is. He's still.
Look.
That's why I had to preface this as just being an attractiveness and not as a strategy one.
Peter Stevo, I can stomach. Bald Justin, not this week, my friend.
I still think he's the cutest one until he gets Spanish.
God.
And then I'll replace him with... Well, we were high on Sexy Steve, and then we seemingly booted him out of existence.
Yeah.
So, like, we're really, really not going for anything.
It's true. All right, my crush pyramid. Honorable mention goes to Elaine. Her hair gets me every time. I still want to be strapped by Elaine. I think she's an icon. Base of my crush pyramid. Olivier. Famously love a hot man who cries a lot on TV. And my God, was he crying. Other part of my base of my crush pyramid, Patrick, for having two brain cells to rub together. It was refreshing. I enjoyed it. Top of my crush pyramid, Nada the drama, for never taking shit, but being graceful about it. It was hot, it was giving boss, it was giving in charge. Love her.
Yeah. Okay, I'm glad we both agreed on Nada at least.
Yeah.
And do you know what? I do appreciate Patrick this week a lot. I think I need one more episode of him bringing this, and then he can hop on the pyramid.
Yeah.
Like
Patrick could end up being the player of the season.
Yeah, at this rate. He already is.
Yeah. I mean, Genevieve is doing
great.
great.
Yeah, she's great. But I'm expecting her long term.
Yeah. Genevieve is here forever. All right, okay. What have you got going on? Where can the people find you, Phil?
You can follow me on Instagram at ChiliPhilly. What about you, Annabel?
So, we have just wrapped up the Traitors Turkey finale. Sarah Carradine and I are looking for your recommendations on which season to cover next. Would you prefer us to cover a currently airing non-English speaking Traitors? Or do you love us and would totally listen and be excited if we covered one of the all-time great non-English speaking Traitors? We will do whatever you say. So let us know in the comments. Please do leave us comments. I literally live for you and your feedback. Manuel was our only comment leaver this last week. He said we're doing a great job on our YouTube, and my heart did race a little bit faster. Horny for you always, Manuel. And so let us know what you think. Leave us a rating and review. We especially appreciate you in this off season. You can follow us on Instagram, Babes in the Conclave. We occasionally post there. Otherwise, we will see you as soon as the next Quebec episode comes out and the subtitles are translated.
Yes.
Thank you, as always, to the true guardian angel, our subtitles uploader.
Thank you.
Lots of love. Bye!